Okay, so on here .NET Core. Okay, you can see this is a green. Okay, this is a red. The red means this is a out of support. Means he cannot support for this red color. He can support for the green color only. Support means suppose that you have any item, like you can purchase any laptop. So for the laptop you have support for the 1 year or 2 year as a policy. So same things on here. It will support for long-term support, will provide the 36 month, means 3 year. Okay, and active, this is a LTS. Okay, on here active means this is a 9.0, means even number is a long term support, 8, 10. Okay, after that 12 will come, then long term support. And odd number is a LTS and standard term support, means you can say short term support or standard STS. Okay, on here you can see on here, this is a, sorry. Hmm. Okay, this is a current. Okay, current or LTS, or you can say this is a current or a standard. Okay, so LTS is for the 3 year and current for 18 month. Okay, so current means this is a odd number. This is a odd number. Okay, this is a 9.0, 11.0, this is a odd number, and 7.0, this is a standard support. So this is a red, this is not supported, this is out of support, and this is a supported. Okay, then so this is a LTS and current standard term support, long term support, standard term support. Okay, this is type of the on here. So you can understand long term support and standard term support. Okay. Now suppose actually .NET framework, actually .NET Core completely rewrite means all things is .NET Core derived from the .NET framework. So suppose we have application in the .NET framework. So how to rewrite from .NET framework to .NET Core? Okay, so we have some tools. Through these tools we can migrate. Okay, so like this is a data migration assistant. Okay, so like data migration. Okay, so on here Microsoft data migration assistant. Through this you can database you can migrate. Okay, so this, like this tool you can migrate. And .NET Upgrade Assistant. Okay, so we have some .NET. Great, no store on here. Okay, so this is a tool through this .NET. If you want to support it in the company a .NET Framework application, so through the some tools you can update from .NET Framework to .NET Core. Okay, suppose, okay, so suppose that we have some company, actually Visual Studio is work on the Visual Studio and VS Code work on the Windows application, Windows system. Okay, so suppose that you have Mac or Linux, then on their Visual Studio is not working. So for that purpose, we can use on their, this is a JetBrains. Okay, through this you can use the this is a tool like Visual Studio, you can use for the uh, just okay. This is a tool for the cross platform. Okay, so you can choose your ID. Okay, suppose that we have C sharp. Okay, write the C sharp, and if you have Python, then you can download these things. And this is a Mac, Linux, Windows, all platform it will work. But Visual Studio is not for Visual Studio is for the Windows application. Okay, so this is a also some paid version. For some time this is free, and after that this is a 30-day trial. After that is a paid. Okay, so this is a migration tool, and after that we will talk about the So why we need .NET Core? Actually, .NET Core, suppose that we have .NET Core, we have NuGet. NuGet means we have small packages. Okay, in the .NET framework, we have large library. Suppose that you have installed the one library. On there, multiple things inside this library. Okay, like suppose that on their some Excel download or PDF, multiple means 10 things come in the one library. But on the .NET Core, one task, one NuGet, simple small tasks. Means if you need entity framework, you can simple download entity framework. Okay, lightweight. And another I tell you how to download the NuGet on all things. This is small. So on there, this is a modular and smaller implementation of .NET. Modular smaller means if you small package, and this is a lightweight package. Okay, this is a main advantage of this. And cross-platform means you can run in any platform like Windows, Mac, Linux, any platform you can run. And open source, anyone can see Notepad. This version is a free version, and anyone can, if you got any issue, if you GitHub download and you can and commit the changes and post. If you are correct, you are finding that this is wrong, then approval by the Microsoft, then it will change. This is open source. On here, multiple developer is working. And like this is a structure of Microsoft architecture support. Microsoft means small services on their .NET through the .NET Core, small service. This is a Microsoft. Micro means small. It means small services. Okay, and also this support Docker and Kubernetes. .NET Core, .NET Core. This is .NET framework is not supported, but .NET Core this container supported related to Docker or Kubernetes. Okay, and performance wise, it is very fast in the really if you compare with the Node or other language, then performance wise is high performance. Okay, this is a 23,000 100% more request per second. Okay, in .NET ASP.NET 4.6 means this is a .NET framework. In compared to the .NET framework, this is a more fast. Okay. Hello. Okay, so this is a cross-platform development means you can develop this application in the VS Code, also Visual Studio, okay, or JetBrains, okay, multiple tools you can develop this. Okay, so if you have suppose you have Linux or Mac, so you can through the JetBrains you can develop, and if you have Windows application, then you can develop the Visual Studio. Okay, so suppose that after in .NET 5 we have .NET framework. Suppose that before sometime before .NET framework after 3.1, 3.2, then 5.0, .NET 5.0. Then all combine .NET framework, .NET Core, and Mono in the .NET 5. All things in one packages. Can you know what the difference between SDK and uh, and what is the SDK? What is the meaning of SDK? Anyone know what is the SDK?
Yeah, sir, I'm audible.
Yes, tell me.
The SDK is a software development kit. It includes GIT and compiler on things inside JDK.
Yes. So suppose that you have in the local side, if you develop the code, then on for that purpose you need SDK. So and when you deploy the application on the server on the production, then on that case we need to use a runtime. Okay, runtime environment. So okay, so this is the SDK for the On here, just open on the browser .NET SDK. And this is a 10.0, and then okay. So this is a .NET, this is a SDK. This is for the developer, and this is a hosting bundle. Okay, this is a SPNet Core runtime. When you deploy the application, on that time you no need to the SDK. On that time you need to SPNet Core runtime environment to run the application in the IS production server. Okay, so for that purpose you need to download the hosting bundle. For that purpose, this is a click on this. This is a hosting bundle for when you run application on the production. Okay.
Hi, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, I have some question and some doubt also. Sir,
Mhm.
I think you are starting from the class from ASP.NET Core, right, sir?
Correct. Yes.
Yes. But sir, before starting any framework or any libraries, first we have to learn the basic fundamental programming language. Then we should jump into the any framework too, right, sir?
The basic
So
fundamentals, I am starting from the basic. Actually, I am starting from the ASP.NET
that
Core.
means sir, C sharp language we should learn, na?
Yes,
Like
actually,
Java development.
when I develop the application, okay, when I create the application, on that time I will tell you one by one what the work on the
Okay.
C sharp. But in if you have doubt in the OOPS concept, then we'll clear in one or two session. If you have some person you guys you doubt in the OOPS concept, then I will clear in one or two session. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Let's continue, sir.
Okay. So you can understand SDK. Okay. So this is a cross platform web UI, all things in the and continuous improvement speed side, all things in the .NET 5 is come in the .NET 5. Means .NET Framework, .NET Core, and Mono, Gemini, all things in the .NET 5. But before the .NET 5, .NET Core 3.2, 3.1, on there, this is just separate. On there is not supported. .NET Framework is not supported on the .NET 3. On here. We can see again. Come on window on here. .NET 1.0, .NET Core 2.0, .NET 3.0, .NET 3.1. On here, .NET Framework is not supported. But in the .NET 5, all things is clubbed in the one place. This is a .NET 5.0. On here, you can understand .NET Core. On here, .NET Framework not supported. .NET Core 2.0 not supported. But in the .NET 5, if you remember, if you any experienced person, so you remember in the .NET 3.0 not supported .NET Framework, but in the .NET 5 is supported. Okay, so this is a graph is saying in the .NET 5, .NET Framework, .NET Core, Mono, all in one place. This is called .NET 5. Okay, so on the .NET 5, what things is supported? You can desktop application, web, cloud, mobile, gaming, IoT, all things support in the .NET 5. But in the before that, this multiple things on then related to the .NET Framework, like on here desktop support 3.2, 3.1, and desktop support is not supported on the window application in the .NET 3.2, but in .NET 5.0 supported. This is a difference on their 3.2 and 5.0. And on here you can see .NET 6, 7, 8 on there, what things on here. Cloud, Azure IS, you can work on the cloud, Azure, web, ASP.NET, Blazor, desktop, mobile, gaming, all things in the .NET 6, 7, 8. This is a unified platform, unified development platform. All things you can work on here. Okay, so And actually, if you can see the graph, but the performance in the .NET in respect to if compared to the another language like Node.js, Java Servlet. Okay, so .NET Core is more fast, I mean 10 times faster than Node.js. Okay, .NET 10 times faster than Node.js. You can see in the graph.
But sir,
Java Servlet,
how, sir?
just tell me.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Uh, so you can see on here 0.66 M request per second. On here 7.01 request per second. Okay, and on here 2.7. So you can see .NET per second multiple request means more request. So .NET is fast than Node.js and Java Servlet. Okay, and after that this is .NET 5 support waveform, MVC, SMX services to convert to Wave API, and WCF convert to Core WCF, WWF convert to .NET microservices, and link you to Entity Framework core in .NET 5. Okay, when .NET 5 come, then on there link you to SQL. Okay, convert to Entity Framework core, and on there WWF convert to .NET microservices in .NET 5. And on their web services, this is called SMX services. And if any you know the any old developer, then you can know SMX services before, but is come in .NET Web API core. Okay. Now we'll talk about the compilation, how to work in the compilation in the .NET framework. Okay, and .NET core. What are the difference on there? On there, in the .NET framework, compiler is different. In the .NET core, compiler is different only. Because you can see on here, language is same. C F sharp, C sharp, BB. On also F sharp, C sharp, BB. Okay, you can see both place language same, but on here you can see FSC. This is a compiler in the .NET framework. Then convert to the F sharp. C sharp convert for compiler use CSC. Okay, and for the BB compiler BBC. Okay, after Daylight come FCL. Okay, so CLR GIT compiler convert to the machine code. This is a .NET framework. Okay, but in the .NET core, only you can see compiler is change. Compiler is change. On here F sharp compiler, on here Roslyn compiler, when C sharp code compiled. Okay, when you build the C sharp application, then Roslyn compiler will execute the code. And for the BB, also Roslyn compiler will execute the code. And when you run the application, then GIT compiler, okay, core CLR, the compiler will code convert to the machine code. And you can say why is fast, then actually you can understand the heap. Okay, heap or stack, you can understand. So on the .NET framework, heap memory is more due to the region is slow. And on .NET Core, heap memory is less. Means memory is less, so due to that reason it is fast. Okay. So on here you can see. So .NET .NET Core is work on the CLI base. So suppose I open the command cmd. Just open as a administrator cmd. Okay. .NET .NET okay, so you can see when you can create the any application for the like API controller. This is a API controller. On here you can see the all the template on here. And also we have commands like okay, template name, short name, language, and text. This is a API template name. Okay, new list template web API. Okay, so when you suppose that when you create the web API or console application, so through this command we can create the application. Like I generate the application on here. Uh, like we want to create the console application, so then we can search on here where is console application. grfc core console. Just I open this, check where is console class library and console, not seen the console. You can see console, where is class library, console app. Okay, this is a console app. So on here this is commands on type com console. So on here we can write the command uh, .NET new and console was created successfully. Okay, this is created, this is progressing. On here you can see restoring. Then you create the console application, and everyone know the console, how to create the console application, console in the Visual Studio. Everyone know?
Yes, sir. I know.
Yes. Okay, so through the Visual Studio you can create the console application. But I want to show on here how to create the console application through the same day, means CLI, because .NET Core CLI base also. So I create on here, this is a console. Now we can on here build. So .NET we can write on here build. This is a build application. Okay, you can see on here this is a restore successfully. Okay, just I scroll down. This is a building, you can see on here. Okay, you wait some time. Restore complete. I build the application. Same things you can do from the Visual Studio, and I show on here through the same day. If anyone any doubt, please let me know, because if you not understand anything, then this is a so it will take some time. Okay, this error is coming. Failed. .NET 10.0. Okay, so task will temporarily create a host, could not find the debug DLL. Okay, so through this it will not build. So just open the Visual Studio, uh, run as administrator. Okay, so which application I have created on here, .NET. Okay, console drive, mm, Windows System 32, inside the System 32, inside the System 32. Program file Windows. Yes, I open the win path. Windows System 32. System 32 inside the console. con- where is control? Maybe due to path this is not okay. This is some console modified. Okay, so now so I'm just create download from the physical view. Okay, so through this you can run all things, but because on this is a system 32 inside, on there also console library. So maybe this due to the reason this is error we can change the path, so we can do on here again. Okay, so this we can do now. Now what the project structure? When you create the project structure on there, suppose just I first I tell you how to work on there. When you create the application, just open the on here, create new project. Inside the project, okay, inside the project, next, okay, and I want change the path on here. .NET testnet core, okay, inside test or something. Okay, okay. Save the path on here and demo project like demo. Okay, on here next. Now on here you can see the enable container support means it support a Docker and Kubernetes. This checkbox, when you enable, then you on here this is a multiple Linux window, okay, and this is a Docker file, okay. So it support the container support on here. In the I will tell you in the theory part, and okay, so we can do the and check the checkbox now. Okay, so on here you can see this is a different folder structure on creating www root folder, controller, home, view, application setting, program.cs file. This is a multiple files on creating. Same things I am show you on the PPT. www root folder, where the www root folder is used for the statics files. Controller,
Sir,
this
I
is
have
for
some question. Can I ask, sir?
yes, tell me.
Sir, when I started .NET series, na, sir, we was very confused in the file, sir. Like, what is SP dot app setting, connection string, and all things
Mm-hmm.
was very confusing, sir. So we have skipped that in the starting, sir.
So means nahi, actually I'm starting from the scratch.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm starting from the scratch. All things because other person also is fresher because not understand all things.
Yes, yes. ठीक, okay, sir. Thank you.
Any person any doubt if you any because I'm starting from the scratch. Okay, so on here we have you can see in the you can see this is a on here www root folder. On there only we have statics file like CSS file, okay, GS file or images, all things in the www root folder. And when you create the API controller, all things in the controller folder. And when you create the classes, okay, model, all things move to the any logic related classes or any classes you can move to the model. And if you want to create the related to the when you create the action, then you create the view. So move to the view related to the pages HTML related, I'll move to the view folder. Okay, so these things on here app setting, this is for the connection related to the connection string and another configuration files. Okay, so you can this is a JSON file on here you can move. And this is a program.cs file. This is a starting point, like when you have console application. When you run the console application on there, in the .NET we have no main.cs, but in the before .NET framework we have main function on there. This is the entry point. Same thing, this is a program.cs is the entry point when you run the application. Okay, so open the program.cs file. Now you can see. So on here we have two things. When we have application, so we have two things. One is a build, second is a run. So on here till this line we need to build the application. Till this line we have build the application. Okay. After that we run the application on here. After that we have run the application. Okay, so we have two parts. One is a build the application, second is a this is a build the application, second is a run the application. So on here builder, create builder. Okay, and this is a controller with view, means this controller and view through this service, add service to the container. This is a this function add for the controller with the view. When the builder then take controller and view through this function, and after that build. Okay, so from this till this line my application has built. Now on here this line app.environment is development, or on here like we have removed this line, we have development, staging and production. We have three things. When you run develop the application, then we have development. When you move to the testing, then we have staging, and after that we have the production. Okay, so like is staging, like we have is development, is production, is staging. Okay, what the environment we have. So suppose that we have on here is development. So in the development, if you got any error, okay, if not in development, okay, if not in development, if you got any error, then this is a home controller error. This error will occur. Okay, and app.host, this is a app. Okay, now from this okay, app, this is a instance created for the runtime. Till on here this is a builder for the build the application, and after build the application instance move to the runtime. And for the when you run the application, then this is a app instance for the running the application. So app that environment app.host. Okay, use host. Now so in this case we have one thing is coming on here, middleware. You understand if you .NET Core any person, then on their module or HTTP handler, okay, on there in the .NET framework. So in the .NET framework, these things in the .NET Core moved to HTTP handler, and module moved to the middleware on here. So we have multiple type of middleware, like you have created the custom middleware is nothing, only it is a class. Okay, but we need to register in the program.cs file. Okay, so some middleware we have inbuilt middleware, like you can see this is a middleware. Okay, user routing, authorization, map, statics files. Segment means this middleware is called for the statics file, like we have css file, we have image file, we have js file. This is a www folder. Complete www root folder execute by this middleware map static assets. Okay, and you have any authorization. Okay, so through this middleware you can check by the authorization. If you add any routing, okay, if you add any routing through this middleware, it will check the routing. Okay, and for the redirection, okay, through this middleware you can use for the redirection. Okay, these things for this middleware. Okay, so this middleware work from the top to bottom. So first middleware, this middleware executed, then second use routing, then use authorization. Now map HTTP assets. Okay, from top to bottom. If you create any other middleware, custom middleware, you can write on here. Suppose that you have multiple pages. Okay, you have multiple pages. So if you have write down in on your custom middleware, this program does we have multiple lines. So for that purpose, we have created the custom middleware, a separate class. We have created a separate class for that, and this separate class we can register on here. Okay, this is called custom middleware. Okay, so now you can understand these things. Okay, so this line is for the
Yes, understand, sir.
any other person is not telling understand or not, please tell me any doubt.
Sir, in Angular, we have just interceptor. The same thing in ASP.NET, we have middleware, right, sir?
Yes, you can interceptor, yes, you can say same things, but uh, you can some compare, but not completely.
Okay, okay.
Because on their interceptor you can check the request on there, all things logic on there, but on here same compare, but you have suppose that you have created the middleware for the we have 100 pages in the my application, and suppose that when you write the routing attribute on here, we have multiple types of routing: attribute based routing and convention based routing. When suppose when routing move home index, then which page is bundling rendering, and another page when which page is rendering. So this type of logic on for the routing, we can write the middleware. If you any logic on there, you can write the middleware. But in the interceptor on there only, once we can create the separate class for the error or logging or different things. Okay, so now you can say 60 50 60% is match, but both things is different place on there.
Yeah. Got it, sir. Got it. In a middleware, we can create one middleware to check if user is authenticated or not. So we
Yes,
can
yes,
allow the
for that
particular
purpose,
routes.
yes, correct. On here for that purpose we
Yes.
can create that middleware. For that simple we can create the we can create the one class, like we can create the class name is authorize, and that class we can register on the based on attributes based routing. On the controller level or area level we can register.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. And sir, one more thing, sir. Why we create sir DTO file, sir? DTO file.
Data object model means we have suppose that key this is actually on here, if you are clear these things, all person is fresher or experienced person, we want to clear, because if this question is I answer, another person will not understand.
I am pressure.
All person, can you ping me how many experience everyone.
Sir, I am
Sir, I
also
am
also
also
fresher,
fresher,
but we have
but
a
we have
front-end
a
developer.
front-end
Currently, we are
developer.
working since last 2 years, so we
Okay.
know little bit about it.
Yeah. Okay, so I give the answer. Suppose that DTO, we have created the application. Okay, so we have database and database same things come on the my pages. We have entity and database table, both things is same entity, same database table both, but we have one year. Suppose we have simple equation, one we have like first name, last name, mobile number. Okay, we have three fields. Also in the database three fields, but we want to validate only two fields: first name and last name we want to validate. Okay, so how to validate two fields? So for that purpose we have logic. If you want to create the validation, so for that you can create the DTO. This DTO for the validation purpose. You cannot change anything in the entity, because this entity map to the database table. Entity map to the database table, and DTO we can use the DTO. We can use the DTO based on the business logic. Suppose that we have first name, last name, mobile number. Okay, we want validate only two numbers, so we can register. We have created the property of two class. Suppose I on here create the class like imply. Okay, so public name, public, okay, public. We have only two properties. Okay, we want validate only. We have three properties, but validate only two properties. Like we have add the required on here. Required. This is a data notation. I'm not install the library. Maybe either not here only data notation. Okay. So I am validate only two properties. Okay. But we have another properties also. Okay, so if your logic any something validates all things on here, then you can create the DTO, and in DTO you can send the all things to the entity to save the data. Means entity means table. Okay, so for the business logic you can create the DTO, and for the save the data you can create the entity. That's it. Okay.
Sir, in .NET, sir, we are directly create the entity in the file directly. We cannot create separate database file, na?
नहीं, when you create the through the entity framework, when you create the entity framework, on here we have
Okay.
create the entity module. Means entity means classes. Suppose that we have 10 table. Okay, so on the front end we have created the 10 classes on the front end. This called entity table, both are same. Okay, so we cannot
Okay,
touch the
okay.
entity, okay, so when you I create actually I am between, because I'm not give the answer, because all on here comes because I give the one by one. Okay, so you can from this case, this is a
Okay, sir.
confusion.
Okay, let's start from basics, sir. Then we
Mhm.
can slowly ask question.
Correct. Okay, so on here program.cs file, maybe you can understand how to work on here. So on here we have controller. Controller. This is a action method. Inside the action method we have view inside the view. Like when you right click on here, okay, right click on here, go to the view. So, okay, so this is a index method. Okay, so on here home controller, this is a action method. Action method same name. Inside the view we have action method, same name, not different, same name. This is a action. Okay, if you want to change the different name, then it will not call. Okay, this is a action method. Same things you can, and also share folder. If you know the um, in the .NET framework on their master file, this is a common file. So all file, this is view import and view start. On here like we have start on here. On here we have layout page. On here not layout page. Okay, on here this is layout page. Okay, on here we have registered the layout page. Based on the condition you have called the multiple layout page. This is only one layout page. Suppose that when you log in the admin, we have called that another layout page. We have called the user, called the another layout page. And you can call based on the requirement, based on the permission, you can call the multiple layout page. And on here you can write. And view import, okay, for the validation. Okay, on here we have tag helper. You can create the custom tag helper. Okay, so any tag helper you want to, then you can import on the view import on here. For any error, this is a error file. Just I show you on the program.cs file. This is a error. Okay, inside the error. So this is a error file. This is inside the shared folder. And script folder, this is a JSON file. Oh, okay, when you validate the pages, this is a common files. You can register in the layout that HTML on here. Inside that, in the bottom, this is a call script. This is this line. This line call validate script partial. And this library is called also on some further some validation. And this is the action method. Okay, so I just run this application and come on here. Okay, so okay, come on the index page. How to come on index page? Why not go into the privacy method? What the reason on here? Can you tell me anyone? If you are understanding, I am saying this because you not give the answer on here. Why going to the index page? Index method on here. We want to move to the privacy method. Anyone tell me?
Sir, I think this is a default method. I think index.
Okay, default method when so where is called from where is called.
I think this is included in a program.css. This is an entry point, I think.
Where is included?
No,
Program.css.
Correct.
yeah,
Correct. This is correct answer.
yeah.
This is on here
This is
default,
the index method.
default, home controller and index. Due to that reason is called index method. I change on here again. I change on here home controller
Sir,
privacy.
we can make any method default. We can set here.
Correct.
In
I change
program.css.
the privacy. Now add the debugger on the home controller.
Yeah.
I change the debugger on here. Okay. Now this come on the privacy. Understand?
ठीक है
This come on the privacy.
इधर लगाने के बाद रोशनी थोड़ा कम लगने लगा ना ऐसा लग रहा कि चेंज हो गया
Hello.
मगर रोशनी सेम है ऐसा लगता है
Hello.
हाँ
Please mute on background.
सॉरी सर सॉरी
Okay, so is come on the privacy. So this how to add logic on here on the program.cs file on here. Okay, home and privacy. If you write any method, you can add this. And on here, this is a also these things, multiple things on here. This is a caching, response cache, multiple caching on here using. So one by one we will use. So I just complete this. Okay. So view on here, you can download root folder on here. All files is static like CSS file. If you write any CSS file, if you write any GSS file, if you install the library, all things on here. Okay. And NuGet package on here, install the NuGet package. Every NuGet package is library because I tell you on the .NET framework, not NuGet package on here big library. Due to the reason this is a heavy and slow performance on here. NuGet package small NuGet package. So this is a first. Okay. And now on here application that app setting that JSON. Okay, so app setting that JSON we can register the connection string or any configuration related setting. Okay, so if you want to connect the database, then we can add the connection string in the application that development because you can see on here application that setting that JSON, app setting that development JSON. Also, you can add app setting that staging that JSON, app setting that production that JSON. Okay, So you can create the multiple JSON file for the specific server on your development. Inside this we can create. Now, okay, you have any doubt in the project structure? Any class you have here on here, like now we have now move to the further. If any doubt on here, please tell me. I'm wait for 1 minute.
No, sir. Till now we have no dot.
Any other person? If any doubt,
Yeah, I want to ask one thing.
yeah, just tell me.
That
Your
in
voice is very slow. Tell me first.
in in program.cs we have the multiple is middleware created, right? Use
Yes,
HTTP redirection and this. Exactly where these classes are located.
correct. Yeah, this is a predefined. Okay, this is a predefined classes. I am not create the custom middleware on here. You can go to the go to the definition. Okay, this is a .NET library. This is .NET library. I am not create this middleware. Okay, when I create the custom middleware, then you can create like we have created on here model. Okay, now I have created another folder on here, like mm, folder okay, new folder. We can write on the folder name is custom middleware. Okay, custom something you can write on here. Custom, inside the custom you can add the
Classes.
class. Correct. Okay, so you can write on here custom custom middleware. Okay, so on this middleware you can register. Okay, this middleware you can register in the program.cs file on here. Okay, these things through this way we can create the custom middleware, and this all middleware is predefined. Use authorization, map status files, use host, use HTTP redirection. All things is predefined. I'm not creating all these things.
Okay, okay. Yes, thank you.
Any other? Because on here multiple question you are not telling me. Anyone? Okay. So I will actually tell you. I will continue the class only 2 days. Okay. So I only for today for the only 1 hour. Okay. And from the next session we complete to approx 1.5 hour or 2 hour. And this will class Monday, Sunday and Monday.
The time will be same or anything
Time will be same because 9:30 is everyone is available because anyone going
Okay.
to office or any place. So that time is everyone is free because morning time everyone is free, and evening 7, 8, 9 everyone is returned from the office. After that we can continue on 9:30
Yeah.
because that time is perfect.
I actually I just have one doubt. So just like we have sometimes used a flow for middlewares, right? So just like uh, in case of authorization and authentication, we have to first use the authentication, right? Then we
Correct.
can use the
Suppose yes,
yeah.
I give the example of this. Suppose that when you log in, okay,
Hmm.
when you log in any application, suppose that you have admin permission or we have only login permission, correct?
Yeah.
Or I have salesperson and you are a admin person,
Hmm.
but both person have login. Mandatory is login. So login is authentication, correct?
Right.
Login is authentication. After that you have permission
For
admin. I
authorization.
have permission of sales. So after
Hmm.
call the authorization, correct?
Right.
Understand?
Hmm.
Yes, tell me.
So this
Hmm.
kind of any flow chart we have so like similar concept we have that we have to mention mandatory, or that will discuss, or something
No,
parallel?
I will discuss all point because this is related to the permission. So I will create the middleware, and when you create the user and admin, so based on the permission, you can when you log in the uh, when you username password and log in with for the admin and show the menu admin menu, and
Okay.
if you user then show the user menu. I will show all things.
Yeah, okay, yeah, great. So one more thing. So what kind of authorization we have to go for that one? So JWT or
Like
O2?
authorization, this is a token. This is a
Token, yeah.
security.
I mean, yeah,
You
I am
will talk
asking
about
about
the security.
security. Yeah.
Yes. So security. Currently, I am working on the not working on the API side. I am only working on the controller and action. Simple.
Okay.
After that, complete this thing. Then I move to the API side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, API side. So we need to API side. For that, we need to front end like Angular or React. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that time we will use the JWT token.
Okay, so for MVC we have a project. Then after API we have another project, right?
Correct. Suppose that we have
Yeah.
created the this is MVC application. MVC
Mm-hmm.
application we have view and controller.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
show the pages in the view HTML only simple HTML view login all things is a MVC view and controller. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
else on here. After
Okay.
that, you can also create the Web API. Web API is advantage only when you create the front end application
Mm-hmm.
like Angular or React. So when I will tell you in on here API. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but how to is work JWT token or not? So for that we need a application create Angular or React. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
from the front end when we call, then you can understand this is a correct or not. Okay,
Yeah, right.
but on here I will create the web API.
Got it. Yeah, thanks.
Any other person?
Sir,
Any doubt?
first,
Yes, tell me.
start with the basic, then we can jump with the security and controller thing. This is come in the advanced part, right, sir? So first, we will learn the basic, then we can jump in the
Yeah,
security
yeah.
part
First,
and verification.
I first I complete the syllabus.
And
Okay,
one more thing, sir, which you are teaching now, so we have to make the notes so we can revise it. So please guide me also, sir. So how to manage the notes so we can remember or revise in after some time if I
correct,
forget
correct,
any
correct,
concept.
correct. Okay, okay. So if you any multiple person, if you need, then I prepare the interview question.
Yeah, it's better,
Okay,
I think.
okay.
It's more helpful
Because
for
sir,
us.
we are a front-end developer, so we are preparing for the as a full stack developer. So we can
Correct, correct.
confident
This
that
is because
we
if
can
you
at least we can build the API so on production level.
correct, correct, correct,
So
correct. Yes, yes. So I complete these things. Then I on here three things will complete. One is a MVC application, view, controller, and second is a API because this is all things in covered in the .ASP.NET Core application. Okay, and front end is separate because front end is on there if you cover the React or an Angular. So after that, if anyone interested, then we'll move on there. But first, we need to complete these things.
Yeah,
And after that,
for
I
front end, I have
completed
just
some
question.
assignments. So yes, tell me.
No, just for front end, I have just question. Just like the backend part, we have start from scratch, or just we have
Scratch.
directly jump to Angular
Scratch.
or React? Scratch.
I will start with the sketch. All things I complete the syllabus. First, I complete the syllabus of ASP.NET Core. Then I give the assignment. I complete the syllabus. Suppose that I complete the two topic. I give the assignment, and I will check the assignment also. If not completed, then we cannot move further.
Yeah, actually, I am a backend developer
yeah,
and I
yeah.
have no such strong hand on the front end part. That's why I'm asking for the front end part.
Okay, so actually, okay, that is good. But we need you strong in the front end or back end.
I'm from backend development.
Okay, back end you are good. Okay, so actually that is a good concept, but in the when you tell you multiple things you have doubt, so you can check on here. If you any doubt, then you can
Yeah.
ask this things is wrong, this is incorrect. You can do this way. You can tell me.
Yes, yes, sure.
Mm.
It's
And sir,
helpful
I
for
am
both
strong
of
in the
us.
front end, sir. We are learning backend, sir. We are strong in the front end, and
Yes,
we are
that is
learning
good. But
backend.
what on here talk about only the this topic only, not other. Because on there, if you talk in front end, cloud, all things, this is a mismatch. I'm not okay. Accept these things. Okay, only will talk
Okay,
about
sir.
on
Okay,
here.
sir.
When you, I will come.
Class is going very fast, sir.
Very fast means sorry. Tell me.
No, no, sir. Class is going very good, sir. So please continue this, sir. So we will learn lots of things.
Yes, yes, yes. That's good because because on here multiple person is fresher because so we can move slowly. Okay. So if you any doubt in between, because I tell you these things, I next classes I tell you all questions because on here because this is the first day. On here 10% is join on here. Okay, so only 2% is 2 or 3% is responding for the issue. Another 7% not responding. So means you get this ideal mode. That is reason on here because I tell you only if you got something on here, so that is good. Okay, so I will start session from Sunday 9:30 p.m. Okay, Sunday, Monday, 2 hours.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I tell these
Okay,
things.
sir.
You can complete these things. If you any issue, okay. If you any in between, you can message me. Sir, I got this issue. Okay, so I fix that issue or I reply on that.
Sir, I request you. So please, can you create a one WhatsApp group so we can connect with each other and clear the doubts if you
No,
have
no,
found any doubts. If you
we
are
cannot do these things because I this is a number we cannot share anyone because this is a
okay,
security
okay,
because on here multiple person you can talk another but we cannot share.
oh, okay, okay, no problem, sir. If anyone interested to join the group, then you can add them. Otherwise, we cannot add them. So we
No,
can
no,
communicate
we
with.
cannot do this. We cannot do these things. Okay, so I am only tell you my side became I guide you. Okay, one by one.
Okay,
This is
okay,
another things. Okay, okay. So I will connect on Sunday 9:30 p.m.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. You need any you need recording or not?
Yeah, it's helpful
Yeah,
for
sir.
us.
We need recording. You can